Bonjour, je suis le grand musique.
Je suis la jeune fille.
Yes,
What is
that's
this
French
for?
they're
Like
speaking.
in the
You know,
middle
these
of it?
children aren't
Yeah, in the
dumb.
middle,
They're
we're just
learning.
gonna put it in there like, "Hey, thanks for listening. Don't forget
We're
to."
not talking like that.
Okay.
I refuse to make it sound like a commercial.
Yeah.
You just got to tell everyone that they need to follow us on social media at Pick Freaks on TikTok and Instagram, and to give us 5-star rating. You can roast us, but don't give us less than 5 stars. That's
Yeah.
all we have to say.
So just say that.
Is there
Kevin,
any?
go.
Yeah,
And
if
understanding a new language
you're
from the
Just
listening
very
cut
now,
what I
beginning
said
through
and
this
put it on
unique
there. Who
method.
cares?
Muzzy now comes with 4 videos, 2 audios, a script book, parent's guide, a new exciting CD-ROM, plus this free bonus with your paid order.
I need to talk about something with working out first. I got a clickbait headline too.
Okay. Owen topics. Let's go.
Okay, don't go to your next workout until you heard this lifting tip.
I'm clicking. I'm clicking right
I need to
now.
redo that one. Oh, no, I started it off right. All right, so I was lifting weights. I was lifting
Mr.
weights the other
Natural.
day. But when you guys lift weights, do you find yourself like on your phone looking at stuff in between sets, or do you leave it in the locker or what?
I have like a fanny pack that I wear when I run or work out, so it's pretty much locked away.
No.
Okay. Well, I get distracted, and sometimes I'm just scrolling through Twitter and Instagram, and I was scrolling, and I follow this one account called Morbid Knowledge, and it's really just like people's last seconds of life and stuff. And there's this one guy that was on a skyscraper in China, and he's one of those people that are like, they jump buildings and they stand on the edge of buildings, and it's terrifying, makes your legs weak. So this guy was doing pull-ups on the edge of a building, and then he was trying to get to his last one to get up on top of the building, and he couldn't do it, so he just fell off the whole entire building and died.
This is a video?
And I was so nervous watching that. And like my fingers got all or hands got all sweaty, and I felt like nervous. I was like, I can't lift. And I was like, all right, I need to keep working out. I can't just leave. And right after that, I had like so much nervous adrenaline that I was able to lift like 2 times as much as I normally would. So I was like, dude, every gym needs to have like those terrifying, like anxiety driven videos playing at all times, because you'll have the best workout ever.
Owen, you're smart, but Planet Fitness beat you to it. I go to Planet Fitness. They literally play like adrenaline pumping television the entire
this
time
is
I'm there.
like
Like
I
No,
know
no,
the
dude,
Dude,
feeling
this
Owen's
is
talking
literally
about where
dying. Watching a guy die.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's what I
So I think they have the same idea, but they'll probably lose some members if they're showing people almost dying on the TV. Like,
I don't know. Planet Fitness has a crazy business plan. You can't
constantly though, just to reiterate, at Planet Fitness, when you're there, they play music over the speakers, but on the TVs is like guy going down a crazy hill snowboarding, guy jumping off a 90,000 foot cliff, like guy.
Oh, really?
Is it called a Chive TV?
It's the same concept though, Dennis, but it's like its own variation of it.
Okay.
Well, it's pretty good.
I watch that all the
That's
time.
pretty smart of them.
They should have like an hour a day though for people like you, where they just like show people like literally on the brink of death.
Or actual death is what Owen's watching.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
they didn't like. They just saw him like doing his
Who
last
filmed
one,
it?
and then he fell off. So he was filming it for a streaming show or like a website, and then their family sued that website.
When you
for
watch
it,
videos like
so.
that, do you feel like I could feel my butthole pucker when I'm watching it?
Dude, I was so I've heard the term butthole like puckering, but it's never.
It's like my insides start to like twist.
Why do you think that's your biological reaction to like near death, to pucker your butthole?
I think it's because you poop when you die, right?
Oh, that would make sense.
I think it's almost like you tighten your muscles and your whatever to
Your butthole's
protect
the
it.
one that's the least natural to, like, the one that stands out the most.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
I'm sending.
muscle that's moving that doesn't move normally.
Okay, I sent you guys the video so you guys can look at it. You don't need to watch it now, but it's very quick. So if you
I
want
want to watch
but we
it.
could get on with it. Well, we might pod better. Nervous
Yeah.
energy.
All right, it's 4 minutes. Just you guys watch me watch it. No, it's 51 seconds. All right, he's hanging. He's hanging from the building.
You don't need to explain it. You could just watch it. Kevin skipped. He's like,
I skipped, yeah.
he said
We're
need
10
to
minutes
stay.
in. We haven't even
you stay
talked
on
about
track.
He's doing
what we were going to talk
pull-ups.
about today.
Oh, he can't get up. Eee. Ooh.
Dennis, how's your butthole check?
Is he gonna fall? Oh my God! What do you do here?
I know, right? That's what I was thinking. Is like, what do you do in that instance? You're like, you have to have enough energy to get up on the building, but he just couldn't do one more pull up to get up there.
I can't imagine this is phasing Dennis that much, though. He, like, lives for this shit. Like, this is probably all he watches.
No, I don't
all
like
the
that
time.
account.
I don't like to watch death videos.
I'm not either, but it just has morbid shit that's happened. There's not as many videos. That one was a video though.
All right, everybody. So today we are back on our pick grind, and I made the pick this week for us to watch Sex and the City, a show because it's now streaming on Netflix, but has been popular for a long time. It is an American romantic comedy drama television series created by Darren Star. Didn't think it'd be created by a man. That might not be a man. And it is an adaptation of Candace Bushnell's newspaper column and 1996 book anthology of the same name. It was on HBO. It's on Netflix now. Guys, my first question for you. Owen, let's start with you. What is the name of the show?
Sex. Oh shit. Good question. Sex. Oh, a lot of sex talk.
Sex.
And the City.
What do you think, Dennis?
One of my notes was this, so Sex in the City.
Okay.
But I know what
It's yeah. But everybody kind of thinks of it as Sex in the City.
It's a Mandela
which probably
effect.
makes more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Just what? Like, you just get so used to thinking that's what it is that.
No, I just know I've read. Speaking of clickbait, I've read like top 20 Mandela effects, and this is one of them.
Oh,
like,
that was actually on it.
I remember when growing up, it was Sex in the City, not
That's
Sex
so
and the
stupid,
City.
though. Like, clearly you just had a wrong memory that, like,
No.
stuck
I
with you.
clearly remember. Doesn't make any sense. Sex and the City? No, they're in the city having sex. They're not besides it.
Yeah, that's
I'm
not
sold.
my
It's
reality.
in the city.
Well, it is Sex and the City, and I guess let me ask you guys really quickly what your thoughts were before I picked this. And Dennis, let's start for you. Have you ever seen it before?
I've seen it. I've never sat down to watch it myself, but I remember growing up, my parents would watch it. And like, it was one of those shows where I had to leave the room, like when they were watching it. And I always thought it was like more pornographic when I was little because of the name sex in it. But watching it now, it's definitely, I mean, they show some boobs, but
I was happy about that.
okay. They show boobs, but it wasn't like when I was little, I thought this was actual porn that my parents were like watching.
Dude,
I did too, yeah.
Okay, so we're all on the same page because when I was a kid, I thought it was straight up porn, but it was acceptable for some reason that parents are like, yeah, we're just watching Sex in the City, just this porn episodes. So I was wrong.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen any of it, Owen, before?
I was gonna say I've seen porn, but I don't want to be on the record for that.
No. We know that's a lie.
Yeah, I don't know what porn is actually. No, I've never seen any of it. No interest, other than when you said let's watch it. I was like,
it's not the worst. I mean, it's a half an hour of your time. That sounded very palatable. That's what got me most excited about it.
So have you heard of it, Kevin?
It's been on my list for Pick Freaks for a long time.
Interesting.
That was before it jumped on Netflix, and I think it's getting a little bit of a resurgence now because of Netflix. But I just never understood the fascination of it, and I've been thinking about it a lot since we watched Twin Peaks, just because the one main character, Agent Cooper, is a pretty prominent character in Sex and the City, and I'm like, how can that guy go to two very different career trajectories? So that's just what I've been thinking about a lot.
I didn't know he was in it. He's also in Fallout, and it was good to see him there. He's just everywhere.
I don't know when he pops into Sex in the City, but he is like the prime love interest for like the art gallery girl.
Heard he pops in and pops out quite a bit. You know,
what does that mean?
Sex.
Sex.
Should be reading Terry Bradshaw's column or whatever.
I've always been very curious about this show. I just remember being such a big deal when we were kids, so I kind of wanted to just understand what it's about and why people still like.
Well, the show also has new seasons coming out. It's called something else, though.
It's called And Just Like That.
Yeah, Lisa watches it.
She does? Does she watch the original? Loves it?
Since first aired, set when she was 7, put it on, and she'd watch it since.
Wait, really?
No. She watches. She only watches like this, Friends. What else? Only the old shows.
Oh, she liked How I Met Your Mother.
No, she doesn't watch that.
New Girl?
New Girl. She watches New Girl a lot.
New Girl is good until the two main characters started dating, in my opinion.
So she likes comfort food television, like
and I'm the complete opposite of that. Like I need something new,
stimulating,
and I need to stimulate my brain. Where she's just like zone out, stare at the screen. I'm like, no, I need to think.
It's like the life of a woman is so difficult that they're like, I just need to unwind, and you're like, dude, my life's so easy. I just need to get fucking riled up. I need to watch some guys
I want to
almost
mind
die.
fucked.
Yeah, Owen's at the gym pumping his adrenaline, and he's like, "That's not enough for me. I need to watch a guy almost die."
I had a question about Owen at the gym. Not to go back there, but how'd you get to double the weight so quickly? Could you?
No, double set. Like I normally would do like 8 reps. I did like 14.
I thought you benched like 140 and you're like, I'm doing 280. Just try it.
What happened, Dennis, is everybody at the gym kind of caught on and they started doing like the unbreakable scene where they just keep adding weights. And he didn't even notice they were doing it.
It was a sight to see.
They're like, we're out of weights, and 2 guys were just sitting on it.
I guess you just had to be there.
Owen's just listening to fucking Kevin Morby just pushing it out.
Yeah, play it again. Play it again. Keep playing it.
How long of a break was that in between your like reps?
Sometimes I get so distracted and I feel like people are watching me. Like, is this guy just on his phone? It could go like 2 minutes.
Is anyone waiting?
Not to get too much into weightlifting, because I have I have a whole agenda plan, but Owen has really intrigued me with this topic. Owen, when you're doing your weightlifting, do you do like the minute and a half between reps, or do you do like 15 seconds?
I don't subscribe to that. I try to count stuff down, but it's just whenever I'm ready again or push myself.
Same. I just think of like how long I want to be at the gym. I'm like, you know what? Let's just do 15 seconds between reps.
And then there's sometimes I'm like, I could do 3 more things, or I could just fucking leave. And a lot of times I'm like, I did enough and I leave. So I'm not that serious.
All right. Well, before we talk about the first episode of Sex and the City, which I would assume we all watched. I know Owen watched it. Dennis, you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay. He seems excited. I wanted us to the famous trope with Sex and the City is that everybody can relate to a character, and they always say, I'm a Miranda, I'm a Samantha, I'm a what's it's called. So I wanted us to run through a really quick 30-question quiz all together. I could find a shorter one if you want.
I already know who I am. Well, I didn't do the quiz, but
I was going to send it in the chat, and I thought we could all try to fill it out together.
Is it just the women?
Fun. No, it sounds fun to do it together. I was just saying I feel like I could relate with only one guy on the show so far.
I think it's you're a woman.
It's going to be one of the women.
Oh, come on.
Can you open this up in the chat? Can you see that?
Yeah. You sent me to
Open it up.
scuffedentertainment.com. Like, is there supposed to be a link I click?
Oh, is that where it takes you?
Yeah.
Is that an
Oh, fuck.
okay link, Kevin, or what is that?
I don't know.
Should we click it?
There's like an
Kevin's- he's
animated
trolling
wolf
us.
in a bikini and a lab
Yeah,
coat
I
on
had
the
the same-
homepage.
Fuck.
Dr. Doe's
I had-
chemistry quiz.
Wait, hang on. Why does it not take you to the
Yeah, let's do
quiz?
Dr. Doe's
What is
chemistry
this site?
quiz. It's just a busty fox in a bikini.
Is Lindsey Graham gay? What's the truth?
Okay, try this one. Try this one, and then hit start quiz.
All right, there we go. That's better. Oh, I thought we were going to answer these all together.
Yeah, we are. So I thought let's try to keep it to like 30 seconds per
Okay,
question.
we don't need to open the quiz then. You could just keep
so
it
do
open,
our own
Kevin.
Well, I
answers.
wanted you guys
Okay.
to get your answer
30 seconds per
independently.
question? That's going to be 15
if
minutes.
you can. If
I
that's
thought
too
we were
much.
doing it together though.
All right.
Okay, 10 seconds per question. And try to explain your answer in less than 15 seconds, and then that gives us 4 seconds apiece. Oh, and are you able to pull it up?
Yeah, I got it up. So the first question is, what is your strength? Is it dedication, discipline, creativity, or trustworthiness? And I'd say discipline. I feel like I stick to a plan.
I'm going creativity just because I'm
going to do
try to
creativity too.
create new things. All right, second question is, what is your biggest fear? Being alone without family or friends, not being successful financially. My greatest
This
fear
is
is
like
to have no
therapy.
more fear,
God
not believing
damn.
in myself.
This is too deep. I'm a little too I'm too anxious right now that I can't handle this. I'm
Not
going
being
through an
successful
anxious state right
financially.
now, guys. I can't do it. Yeah, same here.
What really?
Dennis.
Oh my god! I like the next. Wait, I like the next question. What really makes you angry? Liars and lies, abusive parents, screaming children, bad manners.
All right, let's roll with that. Let's keep going.
Okay.
I'm in.
I'm gonna say, God. I mean, what makes me really angry?
Abusive parents.
I would
My
say
parents
abusive.
weren't abusive.
But that's not like-
I
it's weird
agree, but
because
that
it's
makes
like,
me the angriest.
Is this like
out of all
what
that.
makes me angry all the time, or like? But I didn't have abusive parents, but I guess other abusive parents would make me angry.
That would
they
piss
make
me off.
So someone in the show had abusive parents, didn't they?
Yeah,
I'm going screaming children.
I mean, I
Fuck,
agree.
Kevin
I mean,
doesn't have
children.
most of the
children,
time,
clearly.
screaming children.
You get
make
used
me
to it,
angry.
I think. After.
So,
All right, next question. What makes you Jesus? What makes you laugh the most? Oh, I love this one.
Definitely
Number
reading a comic book.
Superman again.
I get home from work and I just want to laugh, and I just open up a comic book.
Seeing someone make fun of someone else for sure.
That's pretty funny. I like a good.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to go with sarcastic joke. Oh, and read the next one.
If you could choose to do anything for a day, what would it be? Working, playing games, traveling, or doing sports?
I like how it's
And-
doing sports. I don't know why that's so funny. to me.
Traveling.
Why
put
not playing
traveling.
games but doing sports? I would just go working. I just want a normal day.
Man, this is a lot of questions. We got to burn through
I know.
these.
Would you
One quick
rather-
comment each.
Would you rather ride a bike, ride a
Ride a
horse,
bike.
drive a car, or walk? I like walking. If I could walk.
Dude, I'm driving a car.
All right. What type of music?
I'm going
do you-
fast too.
What type of music do you listen to? This is funny because there's a picture above it that says jazz, classical, or pop, and then the question answers are rock, pop, classical,
Rock.
electronic. So I'm
Gosh,
gonna go.
rock and electronic to combine.
No.
I'm going rock.
I'm going electronic just to.
What would you rather do?
Mow the
Wash
lawn.
dishes, mow the lawn, clean the bathroom, vacuum the house. I'm going mow the
Manly.
lawn. Something about that just feels like therapeutic.
Yeah,
And just the smells.
I like
What
that.
is
And
your-
washing the dishes.
What is your favorite? Oh, this is an English quiz. What is your favorite food? Meat, pasta, milk, vegetable. Those aren't
Just
foods.
milk. I like chewing milk.
No, me.
Dennis is gonna go
No.
pasta, carb heavy, man. Right, Dennis? Oh, it
Have you
doesn't
ever had
show.
a nickname? What is it? Babyface, Champ, Lava, Thunder. I just like how it assumes.
None of these.
Have you ever had a nickname? What is it? Like you answered.
Maybe
it.
champ.
Have you ever? Yeah. What is it?
It's got to be babyface, champ, lava, or thunder. I went champ.
Oh, I'm definitely champ.
Yeah, so are we. All right, next one. Do you like or dislike surprises? I like surprises. I hate surprises. Only if they are from close people.
I like
or
surprises.
Only from strangers. I like C, only from close people. What is your weakness? Discipline, patience, determination, or enthusiasm? Patience.
I would say, yeah, I'm going to go patience as well.
Wow. Good job, guys.
What do you do in the evenings? We're on question 13. Visit friends. Who the fuck would do that every evening?
Well,
Play
yeah.
games, watch movies.
There
or
are a
read
lot of
book.
people that
Watch
are just
movies.
like to hang out with other people, but not me.
What is your ideal vacation? Hawaii, Egypt, boat cruising. I think we got Owens. Budapest, Vienna, and Prague.
Boat cruising, but not an actual cruise.
Yeah, I'm the opposite.
Like
I want to do
boat.
I want to do a cruise. I think that's my ideal. I like cruises.
It reminds me too much of Wally.
Budapest and like Egypt seem too close to me, but I'm going Egypt. All right, how many days would you live on a deserted island? I would die the first day. I would last several months. I would live several.
That's a Miranda.
How is this going to get us back to Sex in the City?
I wouldn't die first day, but I also wouldn't last more than a couple weeks. So I guess the next one is several months.
I'm going. I would live all my life, but that's like kind of like a loophole question because my whole life could just be another day.
One more day. Yeah. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. Trick you.
All right, Owen, you can read the next one.
I'm halfway through.
We're going pretty fast.
What would you do with infinite money? I would end poverty. I would buy expensive clothes. I would buy most beautiful cars. Not the most, just most beautiful cars. I wouldn't use them. What do you mean you wouldn't use them?
The money, I guess.
Okay, you wouldn't use the money?
I would buy most beautiful cars. Reminds me of my favorite I Think You Should Leave sketch where he wants triples of the Nova. The Nova deal just went
I wish
through.
this said I would buy the most beautiful houses.
That's what I picked.
I would buy expensive clothes. It says I would buy expensive clothes.
Clothes I feel like are the next closest thing to houses, not clothes.
How would you, I love the picture above this one. How would your friends describe you? And these friends are like Creed fans with like all black.
I think we all would say our friends would all think we're all funny.
Agreed. What are your hobbies? Traveling, doing sports again,
cooking the books,
or reading, or cooking or reading books. I like reading books. I like reading books.
That's cool.
Can you pick two?
What are your hobbies?
I guess cooking. I mean, traveling I would love to do, but
fuck, none of these, man. Traveling's mine out of all of it.
Can't wait to see what the
I can't stand travel people that like, I just love to travel.
I trust this quiz so little. I think the result is going to be like, you're Mickey Mouse. like, I don't even know. There's nothing alluding to Sex in the City. What is your favorite pet?
Dog, cat, parrot.
I was thinking about this. Why did none of you guys have a dog pet?
Because I like to travel so much that it's too much to have a dog.
Yeah, and I just don't live in an opportune spot for a dog.
I don't want a dog. It's too much.
I would like a dog, but what form of public transportation do you prefer? Air, boat, train, or car? Car.
Air.
You going to work?
Yeah, it depends on where I'm going. I like going. Actually, car.
Yeah, I guess that's a big. Let's just say you
don't want to take a flight.
Car probably. See, plane is not as much.
All right, Owen's on record.
Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going?
To work.
Guys?
To work.
All right. Well, I'm going to take my boat there.
Okay. What's your favorite zoo animal? Lion, monkey, giraffe, bear.
Bear.
Dude, monkeys
are the most interesting.
You're like looking at them and they look like humans.
Dude,
grizzly creatures.
I cannot stand monkeys. I like chimpanzees, gorillas are okay, but monkeys are I don't like them. I don't like their face weirds me out. I don't like how human they are. They're gross too. I used to love monkeys. I don't like monkeys anymore.
What do you like the most in school? Math, language, sports, art. I like language. Sports, I guess, too.
Yeah.
What about like
math?
Science.
All right, we all picked different ones there. All right, if you had a warning label, what would it say? Stop drinking. Stop working. Stop lying. Stop fighting. Definitely A.
I don't know. Mine would be stop working, but I don't work that much.
Yeah. No, dude. Yeah. You feel like you're always stressed out about your next big client that you have.
But you can't stop working, Dennis. That means your family doesn't eat.
Yeah.
It's a pretty bad warning label. If you could join any past or current music group, which would you want to join? Queen, the
Prodigy,
Beatles, Nirvana,
you know.
or the Prodigy? I don't know what the Prodigy
This
is.
is the guy who made the guy
What
that
is the
made this
Prodigy?
quiz. He
You guys
showed a
know?
picture
Okay,
earlier of
none
him
of
and
us
his
know.
friends. No, it's like
You are Dale, our bass
practice is
player.
next Tuesday.
Nirvana
going
or the
Nirvana.
Beatles?
The
Just
Beatles,
for
dude,
more
they were
insight
like
onto that
kings.
Kurt Cobain death.
Yeah, that's true.
The Beatles were kings, and they all had their own like good solo careers.
I would fucking.
But they're also pretentious.
Yeah, I would punch David Grohl.
This next question is really hard. How many languages do you speak? 1, 4, 3, or 2? I'm going to go with 1. What?
4.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Who knows you the best? Your mom, your
Ooh,
partner,
this one's tricky.
your friend, your partner.
I'm not answering mine out loud.
She knows me. All right, so nobody but yourself.
Yeah.
You're a tough nut to crack, Kevin. What possessions would you keep? Family photos, photos of you, books, or wedding ring?
I would have to go photos of you just because like I keep
but
so
if
many
you were
selfies
married-
on my phone just to see like every angle
All
of
right,
my
so
face.
Kevin picked no one knows me like myself and photos of himself.
Ooh, Dennis is going to like this next
I
question.
picked family photos. What age do you feel is the best? 30 or
And-
71? Well, none of those were actually questions.
What age? I mean, I've only lived 20 and 30. I'd rather be 20, right?
I like my 30s, but I don't want them to go away. I don't want to get
Yeah.
to my 40s, but I think 50s are going to be the real problem. 30s and 40s will be okay. So I'm going to stick with 30, honestly.
All right, question 29 of 30. What is your favorite drink? Water, beer, wine, or whiskey? Nothing in
By
between.
Favorite,
Wine.
like,
I'm going water just because like Coke is my favorite drink. So
that's
that's
not an
closer
answer.
Okay, well, Topo Chicos are also my favorite drink, and that's water.
Do you drink more beers during the week or Topo Chicos?
I can crush. I probably crush 24 Topo Chicos, 36 Topo Chicos a week.
36 a week? No. Where's all that glass going?
Dude. Yeah.
It's a clanky when I pick up
30,
the garbage. It's pretty
36
clanky.
Topo Chicos a
What
week.
a weird.
Kevin, that's
brag.
4 a day. Wait, that math does not math. 7 days a week.
I just bought
36.
a
Where we
like
at?
24 pack of Topo Chicos from Costco, and it was so fucking heavy, and I don't know what to do with it. So if you're dealing with this, middle of the week, you got to restock on.
3 times a week, yeah. Just
I
go to
love
the
that,
grocery store.
Kevin. I'm coming over because I love Topo Chicos. They're the best fizzy water. They got the heaviest carbonation. And that's what
You better catch it on a good day because there's either 12 in the fridge or 0, given on what day you come in. So
Oh, so you're buying multiple 12 packs throughout the week, not just stocking up?
yeah, no, that would be impossible because you'd have to take 6 car trips because they're so heavy. All right,
like
last
this.
question. What's the best way to start the day? A, coffee, B, sports, C, laying in bed, D, eat a healthy
Well,
breakfast.
I wake up and play a full game of tackle
Yeah.
football with my friends.
Same, but it's not my ideal way to start. It's just something I do.
Yeah, I fucking hate it, but I do it every day.
Yeah.
Me too.
I'm going laying in bed. Like I love when I wake up early and I still just have an hour and a half or 2 hours
love
to
laying in
sleep.
bed.
That is
Nah,
okay.
man, I like getting up and going downstairs and getting coffee.
I'm hitting next and then I'm hiding my answer. Okay, I hid my answer.
Oh, you don't know?
I don't want to know until the end.
Oh, I looked. I thought we were saving it from each
Okay,
other.
well I'm gonna save mine for the
Yeah,
end.
we'll save it for the end, but I know who I am.
Yeah.
Dennis, did you look? Okay, well I'll save mine for the end. All right, now let's talk about. Now that we just took that really Sex and the City themed quiz, that was more just like any like work personality question
I have a
quiz
feeling
that
we all
you've
have
ever
the same
taken.
answer, but
Mine makes so much sense, though.
Dennis, wait. Oh, okay. Well, I'm curious what you guys.
I'm kidding. I don't fucking know. I've watched one episode of the show.
Yeah, same. All right. So my first question for you guys, after watching an episode of Sex and the City, did you watch it on Netflix or Max?
Max.
Netflix.
I was very curious to see what you watched it on because it's resurfacing again because of Netflix, but I know it's originally on HBO, so I went to Max just thinking that there might be like a little extra nudity or a little extra swearing. I don't know what, but I just felt loyal to HBO.
Yeah. Well, I could let you know if there's extra how much nudity did you guys get in episode 1?
2 tits, 1 pair.
And it was kind of in the dark.
Yeah, it was like a silhouette.
Okay. That's all I got on Netflix.
Oh, Dennis is pulling out a sheet of paper. He must have a drawing or something.
Yeah, can we see what it looked like?
No, got a drawing.
Yeah, those are pretty accurate, Dennis. Nice work. All right, so my second question for you guys. Did you watch with your significant other or did you watch alone? I will stay up front. I watched by myself. My significant other has already seen all this. Sex in the
Me
City.
and Sarah watched it.
Oh, I thought you watched it at lunch.
No, I didn't. I came home early. It's a 30-minute thing, so I watched it before the
No,
pod.
I just watched it like 40 minutes ago, and Lisa's already in bed, so by myself.
So, Owen, gut reaction. Has Sarah seen it before? Like, what was her reaction?
She's not a fan. She wasn't
No?
excited. No, that's why I had to put it off for so long. She's like, I don't want to watch this. We kept watching Fallout. And I was like, I need to watch
She's
Sex
more
and
of a
the City.
Fallout girl than a Sex in the City girl.
Yeah.
Does Sarah like New York City?
Yeah, she does.
It just seems unfathomable to me that somebody could like New York City and not like at least find the show
Sarah's
semi-interesting.
not a girl's girl, though. She is.
Is that who you're playing football with in the morning?
Yeah, tackle football.
All right. Next most important thing to cover about Sex in the City. It stars Sarah Jessica Parker, famously from Nelsonville, Ohio. Not just Ohio. She is from Nelsonville. And Nelsonville is, if you're not familiar, if you are from Cleveland and you go to Ohio University, which is the probably third premier private university in Ohio. Yeah, public university. Sorry, thank you, Dennis. About 3 hours or 3.5 hours into the drive, you drive through Nelsonville, which is a town comprised of mostly drive-through beverage stores. Is that accurate?
That's a very good way to describe it.
It's just like a 10-minute strip of like drive-through beverage stores, and then a Dairy Queen, and then a drive-through beverage store, and then a Napa Auto Parts. And it's crazy to me to think that that's a town she is from.
Yeah, so small, poorest, and it's in the poorest county in Ohio.
I remember in college, I had a class where you had to do like one good act, and we went in Nelsonville. I don't know whose idea this was. It was the most awkward thing I've ever done in my life, but we had like donated food, and we just fucking knocked on random people's doors and said, Do you want some food? We were like in a trailer park.
God, that is so cringy.
Like these college kids coming door to door.
Oh my God, we're better than you. Do you need us?
We know you live in a really shitty area and you look really poor. Do you want some canned food?
Did they take
Yeah, some people did.
Yeah,
it was so awkward.
That is unassuming, which they probably appreciated. But it's very assuming that, hey, you're poor and you need us. So
and you just had to do one good act. You couldn't have just held the door for a girl.
You had to be something planned and organized. And like I was with this really religious like group. 2 of them were in this church, and so I just kind of went along with it. And they planned this whole thing, and we actually got the best. They like ranked them, and we got a trophy at the end because we had the best act of service.
Wow,
Christ!
What do those guys do now?
I have no fucking clue.
Man, isn't it the worst where you have to kind of change your personality because you're forced into a group and you're like, yeah, we want to go donate.
I think it's actually just turned me off from any sort of charity donation.
Oh, for sure, man. It's honestly, people that are all about like donating charity work, I feel like they're covering something up. They're bad people.
I would say it this way, like I just don't think anybody does it purely for the sake of others. It's just how good it makes you feel. And there's just no way to not be selfish. In any act you take, it's going to be selfish.
I do think if something's
people
personally affected you, you probably care about it a lot more. Like if I had a kid that died from some disease, like I'd probably just donate my money towards that.
For sure. I know two confirmed shitty people that are very big on charity work. And I'm like, I can't.
What's their ads?
Disclose this. But they do charity work all the time, and they're just real pieces of shit. So I'm basing that on. Everyone is a piece of shit that donates is what I'm basing that off.
All right. Well, the reason I asked that question, or not the reason, but rather just my next question related to that is, isn't it crazy though that like her character is basically like the epitome of just like New York uppity or like New York like fancy lifestyle, where like she is from Nelsonville, like we know where the actress is actually from. Like, isn't that just such an interesting contrast?
Did she live in Nelsonville a long time?
I think she grew up
that
there.
is
Yeah,
strange.
like grew up through her whole like, and then just moved to New York City, like lived the classic dream, or moved to LA and got a job. The only other, my next question for is, what else do you know her from? Like, have you seen Sarah Jessica Parker and anything else?
She only lived there until she was 4, and then they relocated to Cincinnati, which is where you're from. She's in Hocus
really?
Pocus.
Oh yeah, Hocus Pocus.
Oh, that was her first big break.
Wasn't she in a Matthew McConaughey romantic comedy?
Oh, Failure
Yeah.
to Launch with Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper's in that?
Yeah, he plays like the friend of Matthew McConaughey.
So how old do you think she is in the show when it's the pilot, when it's filming?
34, 30,
31.
35. Say 35.
33,
How old?
our age. It all comes back to us, you know.
That is interesting. Do you think she's hot, Dennis?
Yeah.
Oh my
I think
God.
she's really
I actually was,
attractive.
while
I
I was
think
watching
like-
the show, I'm like, I was starting getting mad at the South Park guys because they like made a caricature of her. I'm like, how mean to this woman.
Yeah,
They made her like seem like she's some like horse
How
like
rude.
face person, but
yeah, no, she's like cute, quirky. I like
Yeah.
her.
No thanks.
okay.
Me and Sarah literally were watching it, and we were both like, "Oh man, she's like not good looking." I
Man,
said
I
something
don't-
else, but
All right. So the theme song, I now realize that the show has a pretty iconic
Yeah,
theme
I feel
song.
like when I heard that theme song, it took me back to like being in third grade and I'm like getting ready to bed and my parents like, go to bed now, you can't watch this. And I'm like, okay. And I kind of sit on the stairs and like look for a little bit and then go upstairs and
I was gonna say, were you watching through the
Yeah.
banister?
I can definitely relate to that, Dennis, because it's like a theme song that if I heard in the wild, I would be like, oh, that's the Sex and the City's theme song. But like, if you asked me what the Sex and the City theme song was, I couldn't do it. I still couldn't do it. It's like almost like a jazzy.
you guys
song.
all have heard it. I mean,
Yeah.
Owen, you've heard
Soon-
it, right?
No, when I heard it, I was like, "Oh, I didn't know this is what this is from."
What I don't think I realized until this watch yesterday was that I think the 30 Rock theme song was a little bit of like a parody of Sex and
Oh
the
yeah,
City.
it is very similar.
And I do
Aren't they
think
all, though? Like I feel like most of those shows, like it's the same thing. Like how True Detective's intro, all those shows that are similar like that, they have kind of an eerie intro with the same camera.
But 30
like,
Rock is a
I think-
completely different show than Sex and the City.
and
A
I
lot of
would
sex
argue
in
now.
that show too. I hear.
Not really. Really?
I'm kidding. I've never
Oh,
seen
okay.
it.
Oh, it's great. You should watch it. I was gonna say,
I
but
don't like
Dennis,
sitcoms.
this one's for you. 30 Rock. I'm starting to think now was a bit of a parody of Sex in the City, like this career obsessed woman in the city, but like almost the exact opposite than like a Carrie Bradshaw, like this woman who like has no interest in sex. All she cares about is like.
Yeah, I think you're just thinking of movies about New York. Because actually, watching the show, I'm like, this just feels like a Woody Allen, like the female version of a Woody Allen, like Annie Hall or something like that, where it's all about New York and she's, talking to the camera, breaking the fourth wall, like Woody Allen. Like, I feel like it's all just parodies of like the New York romantic comedy sort of stuff.
That's a good segue to my next point, which was just that New York is obviously like the best setting for like a movie, but did it take you out of it, like knowing, like, I don't know if you guys do this, but like none of this was filmed in New York, right? Like it must have been filmed in LA.
Way to ruin it. I didn't.
Actually, I'm
yeah.
like, this feels like authentic to me.
Yeah, it felt authentic to me. I know New York.
How many times have you been there, Owen?
I went like once in high school.
Oh, right. You saw like a Broadway show.
Hamilton?
Did something? No, it was for choir.
No, I didn't confirm this, but if I had to double check, I would guess it was filmed on the Warner Brothers lot in Los Angeles on that like strip that just
Warner
looks like New
Brother.
York. But
Classic.
Every time I
Have you
fucking
seen the
hear that name, I
cops?
just think of the shirt you get at like Myrtle Beach. If you see the
If you see the
Warner
cops,
Brother.
Cover Warner Brother. That's our first piece of merch.
I love that. Just completely rip that off.
Hello.
Hello.
Mom told me to do it.
Oh, well, you guys were supposed to be in a lot of trouble if you came in here.
Is it Kitty Cat?
Well, that's what you guys got. No. They were supposed to get in trouble.
You can
Let's get on
spank
with
their
the
butts
show.
later, Owens. Okay.
No, that's actually a funny thing that I was surprised early on in the show. Sarah Jessica Parker broke the fourth wall, and I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah, you did
from
because I've seen episodes
didn't
and I'm like,
either.
this doesn't. I don't remember this. And then I was reading about it, and I was reading about the history of the fourth wall, breaking the fourth wall. And this is like, it seemed very cliche, but this is an earlier show to do it. Where I feel like nowadays it's so common.
Another ironic thing is that she's now married to Matthew Broderick, who is arguably the most famous
Oh yeah.
fourth wall breaker of all time
That's
with Ferris Bueller.
Matthew Broderick.
He's the
Ferris
guy
Bueller.
from the
He took
Ferris
the day
Bueller.
off of school.
Bad
Kevin,
guy.
I did have a
know,
question.
I know.
Since you lived in New York and you have family that lives there, are people like this in New York?
Yes, and I have notes upon notes about just how you realize when you live in New York, it's basically Disneyland or no, Never Land. Like at the very beginning of the show, there's a 45-year-old single guy who dates a 25-year-old young girl, blows her off. This type of thing is so common in New York. New York is where you go to not grow
I can
old.
see that.
Because you can get away with anything there. Everybody can reinvent themselves in an hour. It is where you grow or go to avoid getting old. Like,
So if shit hits the fan and you lose everything, head to New York.
yes, no, really, really. Like, that's why people do it. That's why it's a cliche, because like you can just reinvent yourself instantly. That's why so many people, that's why the dream is like all the weird kids in high school want to go there, because it's like you can be trans, gay, black.
You can- I thought that
You could just be anything. And at the end of the day, when you're in New York, you're just a very tiny blip on a very big radar.
You're just a tiny trans gay black guy.
But there,
in
no,
New York.
I really do feel that way, Dennis, that it is like somewhere you can be 40-year-old and single and nobody
Yeah.
would even bat an eye. They would just think,
I just
there's
think
another guy.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. I'm like, if you live in New York, you basically can't have kids, like, and actually experience New York. Like,
Yeah, and be a normal
No.
person. No.
Yeah, isn't in New York is like a place where if you you can live it completely different if you're really rich or like really poor.
I
It's
think
like
even if you're
completely
really,
different. Cut that whole shit. I,
I
don't
think-
know what the fuck I'm saying.
No, I think
I was
you're
trying
right,
to get
though,
it out.
Owen.
Though.
I always say, though, that's what makes New York so interesting. You can be on the subway, and in the same car as you, there can be a homeless guy shaking his maracas, and there can be the richest guy in the top 10 richest guy on the planet sitting on that same subway, and it's just like they're all getting from A to B the same way. It's a wild place. Anything else on that, Dennis?
Kim Cattrall's 40 in this show.
Oh, was she when they filmed it?
Kim
Who is?
Cattrall, the
Oh, that's what I was going to get to, Dennis, because it is like in New York, it is not weird to be 33 years old and like go out on a Tuesday to the clubs. Like nobody would.
yeah, they showed that sick club they went to, and I'm like, this would be sweet to go to
Yeah.
and smoke a big cigar like that.
If you did that in Ohio, Dennis, if I was like, hey, Dennis, like, can you take me to a club on Tuesday? What club would you take me to? I wouldn't even know.
Yeah, dude. What club we going to?
What club? Where do you find a
I
club?
don't know, maybe like fucking Punch
I
Bowl
honestly
Social.
would. Oh, you gonna do some bowling?
Bowling and arcade games.
Is there a huge slide there?
16-bit.
Not at the Cleveland one, but that sounds sick.
Yeah, I mean, that club looks sick though. I'd love to go to that.
No, do you know what looks sick is smoking. Smoking was very cool back then still, and it seemed cool.
Hey Owen, I think here's a little secret. I think smoking still is cool.
Yeah, I think you're right. Smoking
We
is
just
pretty
got a
fucking cool.
note from our homeowners association. They said we can't smoke on our deck anymore because it's disturbing our neighbors.
Are you smoking, Kevin?
No, I'm not. But we got a note that said we couldn't do it
To-
anymore.
just you guys?
Which, no, everybody like in my like
Oh.
5 buildings, and me and Megan are kind of offended. We're like, hey, like we don't smoke, but like if we wanted to smoke
Dude,
on
I was
our
gonna say
deck,
you should take
we're-
up smoking.
We're thinking about it because
Yeah.
like if we wanted to, we
Yeah,
can.
because
Like that is
like
our right.
even a cigar, like once every few months have a cigar.
Yeah. Dude.
The problem is there's this one guy next door to us who goes out like clockwork and smokes weed at 6:30 every night, and it carries from his place to like 5 buildings down, and everybody in the area can smell it.
Why
and
can't
it's
you just use like a
obnoxious.
vape pen?
But still, like we can't
Let it
tell him
go.
to stop it. Yeah, and it's just like
Yeah.
it's outdoors.
Get him a gift. Yeah, get him a weed pen. Be the cool neighbor. Be like, hey man, I get it. He'd be like, pound the potato.
Just to keep going on Sex in the City, I think the most profound, interesting point about this first episode was just how they talked about the mid-30s power flip between men and women. And I never thought about that before, but it makes so much sense.
Yeah, and they were talking about it. Were they talking about it when the guy was lifting weights?
Yes. It was very early on. And it was just basically the point was that like our women hold all the power for the longest time, but then like as they get closer to not being able to bear children anymore, all of a sudden the men have a lot of power. And it makes total sense. And I've definitely felt it as like a 33-year-old guy.
Yeah, we hold all the power now, man.
Dennis succumbed to the power way too early.
Okay.
Dennis got the power now. He's the
Yeah.
boss.
How much power do you have, Dennis?
Let me think about some.
What do you
power.
consider power? Like if I do something and just don't give a fuck at all, that's 0.
I think of power as just like, it's going to get too dark. Next question. Owen, what did you think of Skipper or Skippy's hair?
Okay, so my
Do you know what I'm
favorite,
talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. My favorite band, Whitney, the lead guitarist, they're doppelgangers. They look exactly the same. Same hair, same glasses.
What is the band?
I liked it. I like his hair. I like his look. I like everything about Skipper, actually.
I liked him too. He was definitely the standout of the episode.
Whitney, just do Whitney guitar player.
Oh yeah, just fuzzy mullet, curly mullet.
Just the curly hair.
Yeah, this guy's a lot cooler than Skippy.
Skipper.
With hair like that, do you just get out of the shower and it dries like that?
Yeah, I think you just dry it and it just curls. Curly hair.
That's crazy.
Be doing that.
Oh no, I accidentally just saw my result.
Oh no. Oh fuck.
What do you mean? I thought we read our results.
I didn't look at mine. I was trying to hold off.
Shit. Oh wait, no, I got mine. We're good.
Nice. Did you guys notice the one like during the intro they were like just different New York people were talking about like women and all this sort of stuff. And the one guy looked just like Tim Robinson, the guy that goes like, I don't want to date a tub of lard. And the way he even said it was like very Tim Robinson like.
Wait, which guy looked like Tim Robinson?
It wasn't a main guy. I got a video of it actually.
Is he the guy doing the rock climbing?
Yeah, doing the rock climbing.
Date a fat girl.
Yes.
Or date a fat guy.
Oh, I thought he looked like somebody else. I even looked it up. It's probably on my Google history. Give me 1 second.
This is all good radio. We've been looking up stuff this whole episode. Oh wow, yeah. The way he moves his mouth.
Yeah, look at it.
Said that big fat.
Kevin, did you see this?
Watch.
Marry a fat guy. Why don't they just marry?
Oh my God, he looked. Oh, Dennis, I remember who I thought he looked like.
Wow. Yeah.
I thought
good.
he looked like Michael Showalter.
Oh yeah.
From
similar.
So I think there is, because I think one of the main points I wanted to make while we were talking was there was another guy on it, Dennis, that reminded me of Tim Heidecker.
Oh really?
This show is just full of
Tims.
just generic faces.
No, I think what it comes down to, now that I'm thinking about it, is it's a comedy. Like don't go into this show expecting to see like the most handsome, perfect guys that are in it. It's going to be like goofy Tim Robinson, Tim Heidecker types.
Yeah, I never realized it was that much of a comedy, but actually watching the intro where she's like gets water spilled on her and all that sort of stuff, I'm like, oh, I guess this is a comedy. I thought it was more like a drama.
I didn't laugh once. This is a comedy.
Romantic comedy.
It's a silly show. It's not a serious show. Let's say that. It's a silly.
Lighthearted.
It's all sex with these women. That's all they talk about.
That is interesting because we do this podcast and we almost never talk
I know.
about sex.
It's literally all they talk about.
Just a few more things I wanted to talk about.
It's almost like when guys were in like college. I feel like that's all guys talked about.
Dude, no. I like that we were talking about like bullshit. Funny stuff.
I talked about sex only, okay?
Let's talk about the guys on the show. I liked all the guy characters. They were my favorite people on this. Other than Kurt, I was not a fan of Kurt. Kurt looked fucking weird.
Was that the guy that looked like Brad Pitt, like a Brad Pitt?
Yes,
knockoff?
and then all of a
With
sudden
the
he looked
teeth?
like, he was he was just an ugly looking dude. He's weird looking.
But Owen, I think that's a good point, though. It goes into like me and Dennis saw like Tim Robinson and Tim Heidecker, two guys we think are really funny. Like, I think when they casted this show, they knew it. Like, if guys are going to watch this show with their wives or whatever, like they're going to want like genuinely funny people counter to the women. They don't just want like boring guys.
Yeah, I like Skipper. I'm a Skipper fan.
I
He's my
like
favorite.
Skipper. I liked Mr. Big. I've heard of that guy my entire life. Now I'm finally putting
And
context
now I realize
to it.
that his name is actually not Mr. Big. They just said that. She says as a joke because they compare him to like Donald Trump, which is kind of funny.
Which was interesting.
And
Yeah.
he kept doing this. Kept waving like that. I'm like, who waves like this?
I was thinking about this. If you ran into, let's say you were single and you ran into a girl in the street and her purse drops and a strip of condoms falls out, what would you think?
Slut. Straight up. I feel like this girl's a hooker, I think. That's a crazy thing to be carrying around.
Yeah.
Not a slut, hooker is what I would think. Because a guy carrying that around, I'd be like, dude, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, even a guy, I'd be like, you're a fucking douchebag.
Yeah,
You're going to carry around a whole
6
strip
condoms?
of them, not just one.
I might cut this, but yeah, I don't know if there's ever been a moment in my life where there hasn't been like at least 64 hours notice of me having sex. like there's never like something like, oh, I better pull out one of these condoms in my thing. It's always yeah.
Be on roll.
Yeah. It's like if I'm ever having sex, I've been prepared for it for at least 3 days. Like
I'm in the same boat, Kevin. I'm in the same boat as you.
Yeah. It's like it's never caught me that off guard. Like, oh, better have these just in case. But on a different note, I loved that guy the Tim Heidecker character, who just goes, I really need to have sex tonight. I'm like, what a fucking psycho.
What a horn
Just go
dog,
jerk
dude.
off.
Yeah. Calm down.
Oh, is that the guy that goes to the club and eventually has sex with the one girl?
Yeah.
She is the worst character. She's fake. Just no one's like this girl. If they are, they just
I've met people like it. I have.
It's like the worst.
They just make that their whole personality. Just they're trying to be a seductress, but it is. I would be curious to see if she grows throughout the series or if it's just her from season 1 to season 6. She's not in the new one, notably.
I know that.
Who is in the new one? All the same gals?
The other 3, and I would hope Skippy.
Skipper.
Damn it!
Dear Lord. I did
the opposite of what I thought it was that time. Yeah. What else you guys got on Sex in the City? I don't have that much. I liked it. I genuinely did.
Are you guys going to continue to watch?
Yes, I am. I'm going to at least give it another 3 or 4 episodes.
I would say yes, but every single time I've ever said yes, I'll continue watching to any show we've ever reviewed, I never end up watching.
I have been looking for a good like background watch.
Yeah, that's good. This would be a good one.
Stranger Things has been that for me, but that's requiring a little bit too much like focus. And I think this is exactly what I'm looking for. And it's just like Put it on the background. I've never seen it before. Everything's fresh.
30-minute episodes too. They need to bring those back a little bit more. The 1 hour episodes, it can be too much of a commitment.
Oh yeah. I've been watching a show and Lisa will go to bed and I watch it on my phone in bed and I fall asleep within 10 minutes. I watched a 50-minute episode. It took me 3 nights to finish it.
What show?
It's called From. It's on MGM Plus.
The one he's been pushing for the last 2 weeks for us to watch. He can't even stay awake for it.
Dennis, how does one subscribe to MGM Plus? Do you need like a golden ticket? Or
Yeah, I feel like
some
you
kind
do
of-
need a gold credit card to actually
It's
sign
kind of
up
like
for that.
back in 2010 when these social medias would pop up and they'd be like, it's invite only, and you get an invite. Yeah.
I imagine MGM Plus is more just like pay-per-view, like a guy's got to come in and install it for the evening.
Yeah, you gotta have DirecTV, and then it's a channel on there.
What else is on MGM Plus other than American Fiction, the movie from the Oscars? Is there anything else that's caught your eye?
No, just From, and I just finished From.
Oh, it's only 3 episodes total?
No, it's 2 seasons.
Totos? Oh, you said 50-minute, 3 episodes.
So it took
What are
me
you talking
3
about?
took me 3 nights to watch one episode that was 50 minutes.
Ah, got it.
Dennis, I will credit you. The other day at work, a guy was saying like, "Hey, I'm thinking about watching Yellow Jackets." He's like, "It seems like it's like a good Lost show," and I'm like, "Stop right there. Yellow Jackets is not what you're looking for."
You're looking for
My
From.
friend said From on MGM Plus is your show, and it literally has Walt from Lost, and he was sold.
Did he watch
Is he
it?
watching it?
I don't think so, but I think you got to sell people. You just say it's From on Amazon, and then be like, "Oh, if you want to watch the second season, you got to get."
Yeah, I didn't realize
Plus.
it was on Amazon, so I've been buying MGM Plus.
Well, now I might watch it if it's on Amazon. And if it's good enough, then I'll go.
It's
to,
good.
then I'll
Second
go to
season's a little slow. I actually started fast forwarding to like they try to
I'm not watching this show if you're saying it's slow and you're
'cause
fast forwarding.
They try to
through
get
it.
this fucking romantic shit in there.
Let's just watch one season of it, Owen. It sounds like it's just one
Yeah.
good season.
That's kind of like a man.
Dennis,
in the
are you
High
gonna continue watching Sex in the City at all?
I'll watch it one day, but not right now.
Or yeah, like now you're maybe a little bit more inclined.
if I'm like
Lisa's
totally
rewatching it.
you know what? I would rather watch Sex in the City than, for some reason, Curb Your Enthusiasm. I have no interest in watching it. I used to love it. I would rather watch this than that. Maybe I'm just kind of burned out from it.
Yeah, I never really watched that either. Curb Your Enthusiasm. I would watch it, but it's all the same stuff. Something crazy happens. They're like, what?
It's good background noise too.
Sure.
Yeah.
But what I do like about Sex in the City is it's right at our age range right now. These 30-year-old people, and that's kind of, it's going to hit.
It's kind of comforting too. Like, no, like, oh, like even people 20 years ago at 30 didn't have their shit figured out. Because I'll be honest, I'm still figuring out
You
a
got
few
it,
things.
Kevin.
I've
you're-
got most
You're
of
doing
it.
great. I think we're all doing great. Good job, guys.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Dennis, do you have a next pick?
Wait, are we gonna say what character we are?
Oh, shit.
Fucking
Yeah.
half the episode was this quiz.
Well, you guys made me real sad because you're like, I hate Miranda. She sucks. Who would have been?
You're Miranda?
I'm Miranda Hobbies.
Wait a minute. I'm Miranda too. And I feel like we had opposite answers on a lot of stuff.
Oh, wait. I was picturing,
believe
when
you
you
guys
said
remember.
Miranda, I was picturing Kim Cattrall, Samantha.
No, I'm the redhead.
mixed that
up
And the
completely.
redhead,
Oh,
the
okay.
redhead. Listen to this. Went on a date with Skipper. So it's like, all right,
Yeah.
this makes sense.
I could totally see both of you as
I
a
do
Miranda.
think
You're
later
both
on in the
level-headed.
show, she's the one that has a steady relationship.
Normal life.
Yeah.
Yeah. She seems like the most normal
I
character.
think with the Skippy
grounded.
guy too.
Skipper. It's Skipper, guys. It's not Skippy.
Skippies.
It's Skipper.
Are you guys ready for mine? I think it's pretty obvious.
I don't know. I don't
What
even know.
the
You
fuck?
tell me who the character is, I'm going to have to Google it.
Carrie Bradshaw?
Carrie Bradshaw.
Oh
which
no,
one's
you
that?
New York Ian.
I'm a New York girl. I love to broadcast my life.
Oh, it's the main
That's me.
character.
Yeah.
How many condoms are in your wallet right now?
They're all magnums, so they're too big for my
Damn,
wallet.
I just had a spoiler looking up.
don't tell
I know, but like, don't Google her.
Who?
Don't Google.
Google who?
I can't tell you. Just don't Google anything, guys.
All right, Bing. I'm a Bing guy now.
I have one more thing. Oh, and yeah, me and Carrie Bradshaw, like, give me a pair of Gucci loafers, and I'm a happy person.
Carrie
It's like a nice
Bradshaw
pair.
just reminds me of that football guy.
Terry Bradshaw.
Terry Bradshaw.
Okay, that's not like the guy that he's got the cul-de-sac haircut.
He's also in Failure to Launch, right?
Yeah, he's also in Failure to Launch, Dennis. Is that your next pick?
No, my next pick, I do have a guess for it too.
Listen up, George.
Oh.
We're giving a pick for next week's pod.
I don't know if you guys are gonna like this pick or not.
We're committed to it. That's
It's
what.
the show
Get back to our core.
Bluey on Disney.
Oh, I'm fascinated. Who's your guest?
You'll see it. Very close to me.
I love it.
Bonjour, je suis le grand musique.
Je suis la jeune fille.
What is this for? Like in the middle of it?
Yeah, in the middle, we're just gonna put it in there, like, "Hey, thanks for listening. Don't forget."
We're not talking like that.
Okay.
I refuse to make it sound like a commercial.
Yeah,
You just got to tell everyone that they need to follow us on social media at Pick Freaks on TikTok and Instagram, and to give us 5-star rating. You can roast us, but don't give us less than 5 stars.
Yeah.
That's all we have to say.
So just say that.
Is there
Evan,
any?
go.
Yeah, if you're listening,
Just cut what I
now.
said and put it on there. Who cares?
Muzzy now comes with 4 videos, 2 audios, a script book, parent's guide, a new exciting CD-ROM, plus this free bonus with your paid order.